With your CIGTV News Update, I'm April Cummings in for Donna Bush. An agreement has been reached that will allow the UK and the Cayman Islands governments to exchange in close and effective cooperation under what's known as the Exchange of Notes. In a joint statement, Overseas Territories Minister Lord Ahmad of Wimbledon and Premier Alden McLaughlin said the agreement was reached following further talks concerning the sharing of beneficial ownership information by law enforcement agencies. The discussions focused on the technical process to be used by the General Registry and the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service for providing information to UK law enforcement. In addition, the UK provided assurances that address the Cayman Islands' concerns on privacy issues and the secure transmission of data. The UK's National Crime Agency and the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service have confirmed that they are satisfied with the operational adjustments and that the agreement allows them to immediately resume collaboration under the Exchange of Notes. This is in addition to the other mechanisms for information exchange that have been in place for years. Hurricane Michael is headed away from the Cayman Islands, although the National Weather Service says it will continue to affect our weather for a little while to come. CIGTV spoke to Chief Meteorological Officer Carrie Powery to find out more about the current status of the storm.
The latest information that we have on Hurricane Michael is of 10 a.m. this morning, which had it about 21.2 north, 84.4 west. That puts it about 264 miles northwest of Grand Cayman. At the moment, it's a hurricane, 75 miles per hour. It's generally moving towards the north at 7 miles per hour. Having said that, if we look at the satellite picture, we see the center of Hurricane Michael near the tip of Cuba. This is, for reference, Grand Cayman and the sister islands. As you can see, hopefully you can see the bigger concentration of banding and convection basically just to the west of us, and some light stuff in between us and the sister island. That is expected to continue over the next at least 24 hours as Michael continues to move northward into the Gulf of Mexico, the eastern Gulf of Mexico, by tonight into tomorrow morning. Having said that, the possibility of having some moderate to potentially heavy showers still lingers as the storm moves northward, but those likelihood of having severe impact over the Cayman Islands decreases as the storm moves forward.
Mr. Powery also explained the likely impact on our local weather.
That would imply that we still have cloudiness and showers over the next 24 hours. Wind-wise will be a little bit gustier over Grand Cayman than over the sister islands. That's why we have a small craft warning in effect for just Grand Cayman. There might be, as I mentioned, gusty winds around the showers. Some might be heavy at times, but it should be diminishing throughout the day.
The Chief Met Officer also noted that during the latter part of the hurricane season, it is not uncommon for storms to form near the Cayman Islands.
Still in the hurricane season, though we're coming off the peak, this is a strong reminder that we still need to be prepared. If we take a look at climatology, looking at some of the charts prepared by the National Weather Service in the United States, showing the points of origin for the months of October for the first 10 days, it's pretty much Michael generated in the same area where you see those red dots, some of those red dots, and the tracks are fairly visible. For October, the main development region is over the Western Caribbean, so we still have to look out for possibility of development of tropical cyclones this time of the year. And then they tend to taper down towards the end of October and into November and into the end of the season. But again, we still are in the hurricane season. We need to be prepared. We should be ready to take action if necessary. But right now, Hurricane Michael poses no immediate direct threat. We may have secondary effects, perhaps from some of the banding of the showers, but that's about the impact we expect.
Up-to-date information about local weather conditions is available from the National Weather Service's website. That's weather.gov.ky. Thank you for joining us for this CIGTV News Update. I'm April Cummings in for Donna Bush. Remember, if you missed any of today's update, you can check us out on the CIGTV YouTube page or on Facebook.
Did you know that planning permission is required for a shed? Did you know you should check with the department as a planning and permit application may be required? Did you know planning permission is required to clear land by mechanical means? You should check with the department as a planning and permit application may be required.
Boating, fishing, and water sports in the Cayman Islands are great, but keep a cool head. Here are 7 tips for fun and safe sea outings. Number 1. Use a checklist to plan your outing. Check the weather forecast, make a float plan, and share it with someone who is remaining on land, stating where you're going, with whom, and when you're expected to return. Visit your nearest marine supply store to get your safety gear. This includes signaling mirrors, whistles, and a flare kit. It's also very important to have onboard flotation devices and life vests for each person. There are different types of vests. Some are for water sport activities such as snorkeling, and others are for going on offshore boating or on fishing trips. Number 2. These items can be lifesavers in case of an accident or bad weather. Number 3. Use a motor kill switch, especially if you're boating alone. In case of a leak or breakdown, always stay with the boat until help arrives. If you capsize, an emergency beacon or locator device can send a distress signal to inform the authorities of your location. Larger flares will indicate distress to a boat, airplane, or search and rescue officials. Number 4. In addition to sunscreen, food, and beverages, it would be smart to have a cell phone. Make sure your marine radio works. Cayman's boaters use Channel 16 to communicate. Number 5. Also, don't forget your anchor and sufficient rope. Number 6. Boat operators should be familiar with the local waters and reefs, as well as the capabilities and functions of the vessels they are using. Always obey the rules of the sea and the marine environment, and have courtesy for others. Number 7. Alcohol and salt water do not mix, especially if you're the captain. Some useful contact numbers are 911. The RCIPS Marine Base is 649-7710, and the Port Authority is 949-2055. Smooth sailing, all!
Did you know that planning permission is required for an addition, alteration, or any material change to your house? The 10% rule no longer exists. Did you know you should check with the department as a planning and permit application may be required?